to the NFL on EA Sports.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Arizona Cardinals. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Foles. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. The play clock's running down.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. So now 1st and 15. Foles. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
I think if you asked around the league, the one thing the Eagles were really lacking on offense in 2016, consistency at the wide receiver position. So at the very least, you bring in guys to compete. In this case, though, they brought in Alshon Jeffrey. Big, strong, physical, can catch the football, shake off tacklers, and pick up extra yardage downfield. And now they get to pair him with Torrey Smith, another free agent from San Francisco, provides the speed outside.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Foles. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding, offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. You're going to pick up a holding call.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And there are the numbers a week ago for LeGarrette Blount. 13 carries, 81 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number, led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
The swing pass caught, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone, and now it'll be 4th and goal. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They go to Johnson again. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Jacob Shum now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Sproles, the return. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And coming up later tonight in the NFL, we'll have the Chiefs heading down to Houston to take on the Texans. And then on Monday night, it'll be an NFC North battle. Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field.
Traditional rivals getting after it one more time.
And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finds a seam inside the 40. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
They'll look to throw here on first down, and he dumps it off to Blount. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different.
Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Plays there on that drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. On second down, here's Palmer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Jacob Shum now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Yard punt, return of 9. And that will come the offense as they take over. And checking in on what's going on up in the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. Eli Manning with 1 touchdown pass thus far. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both the Eagles and the Cardinals are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the second half. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Hit to late in the first. Branch is going to push his way to the QB here. This will go for a loss of 8. Eagles ball early in the second. Foles going to find his mark, and he ends up at the 39-yard line before he stopped on the play. Later on the drive, Foles on point with the throw, and he finds his mark for the score. As they get out to a 7-0 lead. Now 2nd and 8. Cox is going to get the quarterback here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage.
And before we could even hear from Larry, we're back and ready to go in Week 5. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Again, it's Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
A good pickup there, 22. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. LeGarrette Blount, his second touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends in a touchdown run by LeGarrette Blount. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I know that throughout his career, Carson Palmer has caught a little bit of grief along the way about winning big games and being consistent. But I noticed that when he doesn't connect with Larry Fitzgerald until the second half, their team's behind.
Absolutely not a good recipe. And we were wondering, we said at halftime, they've got to get on the same page.
He is very important to his team. I would say vital. Carson Palmer finding Larry Fitzgerald, that's the winning edge for them.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Jeffrey with a catch left side. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control, and you're exactly right. Even if people...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dayon Buchanan able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. LeGarrette Blount unable to use that big frame to his advantage. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So they're operating in the red zone. On 2nd down, Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chris Long. He's the one that got to him. He takes it down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this is going to be incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Give them 16 on the pickup, and it'll give the Cardinals a first down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Palmer on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Palmer cool under pressure as he rallies his guys to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Palmer. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Timmy Jernigan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. On third down, Palmer. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, just was unsuccessful.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. They'll run again with Blunt. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Eagles on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll set up a throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
2nd and 10 now, and it's Palmer. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Chris Long in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Here we go. It's Palmer on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Eagles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.